Hi, I'm Bran, and I love Lifetime movies.
Hi, I'm Patrick Serrano, and I'm a Lifetime movie expert.
I'm Dan, and I despise Lifetime movies, and this is the Deck the Hallmark Podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host his podcast. We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes. We're
Back and better than ever.
baby.
Yeah.
Patrick's back. It's always very exciting.
I'm
The
back.
people love you.
That's so nice. I love them too.
Great.
All of them?
Well, there's probably one that's my enemy, but we'll figure it out
But
later.
the enemy, the
friend-
enemy of
your
the friend of
enemy is
my,
friend.
you're
You
my
get it. The
friend, and they're my
friends are
enemy.
friends forever,
So they
and
could
the
be my
enemies,
friend if you
not
think
so
about
much.
it that way.
Do you know this week we have 5 Deck the Hallmark hosts that each get one episode this
Wow.
week? Isn't that fun?
Look at us.
5 Deck the Hallmark co-hosts,
What?
and they all get one.
5.
Yeah. Alonzo,
Is this-
Patrick, Ryan, Jax, Brian. Those are the 5.
Okay. And is this elimination style? Whoever does the best
We
is on to
are
next week?
having
it
a
up for
Saturday episode where we eliminate one of the 5, and then every week we'll do so until there's only one host to rule them all, and that will be the host moving forward for every episode.
And I know that you know this, Patrick, but
Yep.
by eliminate we mean kill.
we
And
do mean
so
kill, and that was you signed up for it.
You signed up for it.
Yeah. It was. I didn't read the what is it called? The fine print. I didn't read the fine print.
dotted lines.
I got to be honest, as you're already struggling.
I was worried about the dotted lines. I was like jumping ahead. Like, where's the dotted line part?
Yeah.
I know
And
you
we're
love the
gonna,
dog.
and then is it an onstage execution of Bramblefest? Is that what it is?
On stage execution. Tickets on sale
Cool.
now. DeckTheHallmark.com/fest. We would
right.
love for you to join us this July.
And Brian, maybe fingers crossed, don't show up that one.
July 8th. Really, honestly, I think the stage was getting a little too full. So this does make sense.
Yeah.
July 18th, 19th. That part is real. Bramblefest is really happening.
We're not executing
July
anyone.
8th. We're not executing anyone yet.
Yeah.
We'll see kind of how things
We'll
continue
see.
to
We'll see
evolve.
how the week goes.
I'm very excited about Bramblefest. I'm always excited to get to hang out with you, Patrick, and it can't come soon enough.
Yeah, it's basically summer camp. I love it. It's blocked on my calendar. I'm there. Well, I haven't been invited yet, but I'm assuming
Patrick,
I'm there.
get out of here. Just stop it. You're invited. You have a perennial invitation to Bramblefest. You know that.
That means you have to bring
If
your
only
parents.
I knew. If only I knew what perennial mean.
Yeah, you gotta
Is
bring a
that
parent with you.
like
You got to bring your parents with you.
Right, exactly. My parents, they never age.
They never age. Have your parents listened to our show before?
Probably. I think they were kind of over it by the time like I jumped on with you guys, and they were like, "Okay, we did." They recorded a podcast with me, and after that, they were like, "All right,
we
we've
get
done
it.
the work."
We understand.
We did the one.
Yeah.
We did recently get a review on Deck the Hallmark, Patrick, from somebody who's a big fan of you and Lifetime.
Nice.
Less a fan
Less
of,
a fan of us, and that's
specific-
okay.
Oh, so it was like Patrick should take over, and
It wasn't that, but they probably wouldn't be upset. I think they said they found us because of you, and
Right.
then our show isn't very good.
Yeah.
That's basically the long and
Oh.
short of it.
Listen, fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get it.
yeah, they're very different shows. You guys have segments, and I notably don't.
Notably.
Because that's too much work. That's too much work.
Yeah. Every time you do a Hallmark movie with us and you do the segments, you're like, I just can't. This is too
Yeah, I'm
much
like,
structure.
like, yeah. Wait, what? Who?
Wait,
who
what?
when?
How?
How? You basically just
Yeah.
do
It is
who,
a
what, when,
different
and how.
show. Yeah, that's right.
For my who.
I do.
Yeah. All right. Today we are covering I Am Your
Legend.
Biggest Fan.
No, not I Am
I
Legend?
Am Your
Okay.
Biggest Fan.
Got
Very
it.
excited. I've
It's
been
like a stalker movie.
Yes.
Yes.
And what for those of you, maybe this is your first Deck to Lifetime Uncorked somehow. I don't know how you just now found this.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Patrick, you and I have seen the movie. Dan has not seen the movie. And we're going to explain the movie, walk you through it, and at the end of it, we get to decide whether or not it was good or not.
Pour it up. Put a
Pour
cork
it
in
up.
it.
That's exactly right. So thanks for joining
It's not
us.
it's not a rating of quality.
Right.
It's would you pour it up? Are you into
the
it?
genius
you
of
enjoy
this
it?
is it's not. It doesn't matter like if you'd give it a 5 of 10 or an 8 of 10. It's just Basically, would I watch it again? Basically, like, would I recommend this? Is there anything I could say that's like, nope, this is worth it? That's a pour it up. I put a cork in it. It's like, nah, never again. I'm done. Pretty
Yeah,
simple.
your time is valuable,
Yeah.
and we're here to help.
That's exactly right. So today's movie is I Am Your Biggest Fan, which premiered this past Saturday on Lifetime. So, Patrick, what else do we need to know before we dive in?
There's a lot.
Yes.
So, the cast, of course, I'll read through the names. They gave me a tricky one right off the bat. Megan Caraquillo. Megan Caraquillo.
Yep. Nailed it.
Lauren Cole.
Yep.
And Colton Tapp. And most notably,
what's on tap?
Colton's
Colton's
on tap.
Colton's on tap.
Most notably, directed by Hailey Duff, Lifetime Queen, Hillary Duff's older sister, and a legend in her own right.
It's a Hailey
It's
Duff
Hailey
joint.
Duff.
I just want to say now, this is not her first Lifetime movie she's directed, correct?
Right. It's not her first, but she used to be prolifically
Yes.
on these, like in the early 2000s,
Now,
or mid 2000s.
I don't know how true this is, but apparently, like, this is kind of like what she's doing now. She's like directing these movies. I heard from I was talking to a buddy who is in the industry, and I told him that I watched this movie and that Hailey Duff directed it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, she's directing a ton of these. Like, he just got a whole bucket full of them." So
Whole bucket full.
Oh, yeah.
good kudos
And,
to Hailey
much-
Duff.
Much like Fran Drescher, she has style, she has class, she was there. That's how she became the director.
Well, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's the whole ballgame. So,
Exactly.
And
yeah.
no Hailey Duff in this movie though. She's just
Not even a
strictly
cameo.
behind the camera.
She's a real director. She's not Alfred Hitchcock, okay? She doesn't need to make a cameo. She's not M.
She's
Night
not M. Night
Shyamalan.
Shyamalan. There it is. Yeah.
That's right. Shout out M.
She's
Night.
not those
Yeah,
two
she's like,
directors notorious for doing
done.
this thing.
Yeah.
That's right.
I've done my time in front of the camera. I'm here to go deep into the psyche of. I only want to work on projects that mean a lot to me, and this one clearly worked for her on so many levels. You'll see, Dan. You'll see.
Oh,
You'll see.
I'm excited
You'll
to. I mean,
see.
clearly, you guys are kind of giving it away here. That it's a good one. It's a winner.
Well, I don't
So,
It could be so bad. It could be so bad. It's good.
all right,
That's right.
we'll see.
Don't act like you know.
Yes. But I want to start off. I don't usually do this. I brought a clip.
Right off the
and
bat.
I want right off the bat.
He
We're
just
going
wants
to
to try
start
it
at
as a
the
new
end.
mic.
I do want to. I have a new mic, everyone. It's pink. I want to see what you think about the. We're going to start at the end, and then Dan, how we got there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I like
Connect-
what you're
connect
doing
the
here.
dots.
Hear it. Yeah.
exactly. All right. So let me make sure my sound is on. Okay. Great.
All right. Who's ready to do some Shakespeare?
Okay. That's the end of the movie. That's literally the last line of the movie.
Brother, I got to be honest with you. Could not believe it when they cheered.
Who's
So
ready
great.
to do some Shakespeare, followed by a thunderous applause? So she's
Yes.
directing a play.
Well, we'll get there. It all will make sense to you.
I
But I
doubt
just
it.
want you to know that was probably one of the best end. You know, when you in the Lifetime movie, you have all the terrible things happen, and then you cut to like 5 weeks later, and that was it.
That's
that was
great.
it.
I did laugh out loud at the cheering of that. Yes.
Y'all ready for some Shakespeare? Woo!
Who's ready to do Shakespeare?
We love you, Billy.
Billy Shakes.
That no one.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, the movie actually starts. We're like in a flashback. I'm trying to set the era. They have like a TV that's not a flat screen, so that era.
Square,
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
big tube TV.
4-3 tube
That's
TV.
exactly right.
Got it.
Yeah, there is a young child of maybe 10 years old sitting in front of the TV very close.
Yes.
And kind of watching the sitcom. And the sitcom is called From the Heart. And it's giving like Full House kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boy Meets World, like that time, a wholesome like family show.
Yeah, family, having fun in the living room, full audience,
For a
laugh track.
multicam
That's right.
sitcom. Yes.
That's right.
Yep, and she's got that volume turned up real loud because her parents are fighting in the background, and the voiceover of the fighting is just the most wild. Like they had me record the voiceover, like in post, and they're like, "Patrick, can you just send in some clips?" And I'm like, Don't
Yes.
tell me what to do. And like, well, I'm over here doing my thing. Like that.
All of your voice work is very Southern, Patrick. Like you're not
Oh,
very Southern,
whoops.
but all of your voice work is very much. Don't tell me what to do. I'm over here. Like it's all like you dropped
right.
into Southern. It's just fascinating.
I've been watching a lot of Betty Davis lately, so
Okay.
she's rubbing off.
It's what the role called for, Dan.
Yeah, of course. Those two
It
roles.
is.
Yes,
It
those
is.
two
Yes,
roles.
both of them. Of course.
But yeah, the fighting was a little unhinged because it was just like not really fighting, just people shouting. We flashed to present day. We're in LA. We see all like the interstates connecting and everything, and we learn that the TV show, the one called that I'm never going to remember, From the Heart is rumored to be getting a reboot because it picked up on streaming and it's now very popular.
That's
so that
exactly
whole
right.
kind of trend.
And they keep
that
saying
happens.
streaming.
They know streaming.
They know streaming.
Lifetime knows.
This
People are watching
show-
on the streaming.
This show took off on streaming, and the reboot would also be for streaming.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't ask the streamer. Doesn't
Like the
matter.
Fuller House.
Yeah, for streaming.
Yeah.
Fuller House, great example. There's so many examples of this. The one with Meghan Markle, I never watched that show, but Meghan Markle was in it.
Okay.
And but yeah, Hailey Duff knows all about this because Hailey Duff, her sister was Lizzie McGuire, and
That's
they
right.
tried to reboot that, and then Lizzie McGuire couldn't have sex, and Hailey Duff was like, "Sis, you got to drop the show. You got to get out of this contract." And she said, "Well, I didn't sign on the dotted line."
What just happened?
Well,
Hillary Duff couldn't have sex? What are you talking about?
You
Aaron,
didn't know that.
Aaron, hold on.
Aaron.
Aaron, give Dan the down low here because this is very important.
I don't know. Like
Okay. So let's start with the basics. Dan, you remember there was a show, Lizzie McGuire,
Yes.
that you've never seen. Okay.
Yeah.
Shit, Cadet Kelly,
Yeah,
Hillary
Cadet
Duff.
Kelly.
Sure. Yes.
A couple years ago, they were going to reboot it with a 30-year-old Lizzie, and all the original cast had like signed back on. We were going to pick up,
That's exciting
just
for
see
all
that.
you Lizzie
It
McGuire.
was
heads.
very exciting. And
Very
this was,
exciting.
This was right when Disney Plus launched.
So
and it was one of the,
yeah.
this is what's coming type
It was a
things.
big part of that. A lot of fan, excitement.
Why we signed
and-
up.
Okay.
For the promise of
The
Lizzie
promise
McGuire.
of Lizzie McGuire
That's why
reboot.
we're here.
They've either filmed an episode, they had at least written the first 2 episodes, and then Disney had a huge issue because Hillary and I'm blanking on the creator's name, but they were very adamant that the show pick up with Lizzie being 30 and it being written for an audience
Well,
of 30-year-olds.
she's 30.
Yes.
Yes, but it's not like when they rebooted, Girl Meets World. That was a show not for the fans of Boy Meets World.
Correct.
That was a show for current, 12-year-olds.
So what did
Right.
Disney think? That they were going to be 30-year-olds acting like 12-year-olds?
Yes. Yep. And so
Like maybe what they wanted was the same thing as Girl Meets World, where it's like Lizzie's
Yes.
now a mom.
Lizzie's a
and
mom, and
but
it's
it's
all-
mainly
Okay.
about the kids.
Okay, that
Whereas-
makes sense.
whereas the show was originally like pitched with the idea of this is like Lizzie's the main character, and then I
As
think
she should be, it's
Disney
called
just
Lizzie
wanted
McGuire.
it to be more dumbed down, and Lizzie thought that and Hillary thought that wasn't fair
Lizzie,
to the
as we call her,
fans.
yes.
Lizzie, as we call her, and so Disney scrapped it. They said we can't put content like that on Disney Plus, which is really funny because
It's hilarious now. Deadpool vs. Wolverine is on. Deadpool
so we can
Wolverine's
get
on
Deadpool
Disney
versus
Plus.
Wolverine on Disney Plus, but how dare Lizzie be a single woman in New York City in her 30s going on dates?
And that's how she met your father.
Yeah, which is a show I used as my replacement, Lizzie McGuire. Then they
And
canceled that too.
I'm sorry for you.
Yeah, I'm sad. I'm just real sad. I hate it
I'm
here.
still holding out hope
Interesting.
that
Yes.
they'll
Shocking from you, Bram.
I'm still holding out hope.
So that's where we're at.
Big if true.
I'm upset.
Totally.
I was already having a rough Monday, much like Dan, and this is making it worse. So
Yeah. Wow.
I hope this movie
Right.
is funny and can lift my spirits.
All right. Back to you,
Well-
Patrick. I'm sorry. Lizzie McGuire can't have
Well,
sex.
no,
Got it.
Oh,
it's
Nip
great.
Tuck is on Disney Plus, and I can't
There
get a
you
Lizzie
go.
McGuire reboot.
Well, you're right. You're right. And,
What if
well,
they
and
did a
they're
kids
going to
version
be
where it's Nip Tuck's kids?
they're rebooting Nick Tuck too. I mean, this is just a continual thing, like the IP renewal. So this movie is very on topic, on current trends. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
So everybody's on board for the reboot. Everybody's on board, all the actors, except for the one star, the Lizzie McGuire. if you were to compare it. Her name is Delilah. She's now a high school teacher.
Delilah. Sorry, go ahead, Patrick, whenever you're ready.
Right. She's a high school teacher. She teaches theater, and all the kids are like, "Oh, you were on a show when you were like a kid. That's so funny, and you're such a loser for doing that." They're like not impressed at all. And there's another guy, her co-star, her like little love interest on the show. His name's Cody, and he's out there like struggling after doing auditions for like foot fungal commercials and stuff. Like it's not going well for him, right?
Right. And he goes in the audition room and he crushes it, of course. But all the casting director really wants to talk about is, hey, I hear the show might be getting rebooted.
Yeah, he's just trying to make a name for himself.
That's right.
All he gets to hear about is CCB and Fuller House.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. And everybody's trying to get Delilah to get on board. Like the producer calls and she's like, not interested. I give you my blessing. Like recast me. I don't care. Cody calls and he's like, please, like I need a job. I'm trying to be an actor and this would really help me out. And she's like, it's really traumatic for me. I have a lot of bad memories from the show and on the set. And it just is not. I'm not feeling it.
Right. And Dan, we do, you might be wondering what's the deal? Why was this so traumatic for
What's
her?
the deal?
That's exactly right. We do get a flashback of her
doing Shakespeare?
not doing Shakespeare.
Okay.
She's doing
Unfortunately, no.
All My Heart or whatever the show's called. And
From the Heart.
From the Heart.
All My
and-
Heart's Brendan Elliott.
Okay, great. And
Right.
she forgets a line.
Oh no.
And her TV dad is like, he throws up his arms like, what the heck? And then she goes and she's pulled aside from her mom, who is like on set, and she's just like, I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care. You got to get this. You got to do this. There's no time to be tired. You got to be a professional. And so her mom is like really like trying to get her to do this stuff. And so like the traumatic experience is like, this wasn't fun for me. This wasn't a fun thing. And my mom was really mean to me. And that's why she doesn't want to do this, because it's traumatic.
Sounds like some actual Disney child stars.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm sure.
Exactly. It was very much giving that. And I brought a clip of this specifically because, Dan, I want you to listen to the dialogue in the actual show is just wild. Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right,
And you're using the
Are you
heck
ready?
out of this new microphone today.
Yeah, you are.
Was it
Here it
playing?
comes.
Oh.
Here it comes.
Oh, okay. Oh, God. I'm so bad at this.
Okay, here it comes.
Fileit.tv/DTH.
I love that I've
Patrick's
always
nails on point.
Patrick has sent me clips before to play, and today he's like, I don't want.
He's like, I'm not doing
I got
it.
this new mic.
I didn't. I was like, I could do it myself. I don't need high tech. Okay.
In front of the whole school. Everyone laughed at me, Dad.
What do you mean everybody laughed at you? I'm the only one who can laugh at you.
What? I'm the only one that can laugh at you. That is so rude. That is not funny. That
That's
is
so
not funny. That
rude.
is mean.
Classic Full
That's
House
so
line.
rude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
How
right. I
rude.
didn't even think of that.
Is it how rude?
It's how rude.
How rude.
How
Yeah.
rude.
It's how rude. It's how rude. But yeah, I was like, man, this writing is terrible. And they're just so mean to this poor child.
Yeah.
For no
So
reason.
Raven, how rude.
Yeah, and then like he's not nice to her either as on set. Like he was so like mad that she forgot the line. It was very sad.
Yeah, they're just happening to. Well, I can't say who, but we all know who that was supposed to be. We all know.
We do?
He has great hair,
Oh.
right?
John
John
Stamos?
Stamos?
I didn't say it. Allegedly.
John
So,
Stamos was mean on set at Full House?
Of course.
No.
No, guys, I have no idea. I have
Oh
no
my
idea.
gosh, dude.
Why are
You're gonna get us sued.
I got to be honest, John Stamos. If
I
you're
said
listening,
alleged.
if you're
Please.
listening because you thought that you might want to do a lawsuit, I want to let you know that I just watched your Drumeo video of you. He's a drummer. I don't know if you know this about.
I
John
did not know
Stamos.
this.
He's a drummer, and he really does
Yeah.
play with the Beach Boys occasionally and like do these things.
I've heard this from
But,
you, maybe.
There's a YouTube channel called Drumeo where they bring in drummers to play the songs that they've never heard before without the drum track. So they listen to the song, they've never heard the song before, and then they put their own drums behind it. And stuff
Oh,
like that.
okay.
And he did it with the Papa Roach song.
Cut my life into.
And
He'd
he
never
was
heard
great.
it before?
He'd never heard that song before,
Wow.
and he crushed it. So,
right.
John, you crushed it. Shout out John Stamos.
Well, that's incredible. And, no shade to John Stamos. I've actually heard he's pretty nice. So,
Just want to clear the
I
air
was
there real quick.
yeah. So, who's
Dave
not nice?
Coulier that was the monster.
That's right.
I'm just kidding. No, just kidding.
Who's not nice? Delilah's fans. They're all mad. They are all
Very
sending
mad.
mean messages. They're like throwing rocks through her window with like X'd out eyes, vandalizing her car, all sorts of terrible things.
Were
are
you
happening.
confused, Patrick, at all when the news breaks that she's not going to do the show or whatever, and she opens up her phone and she's like flooded with a bunch of messages? I was like, are these like her friends and family that are texting her these things? Like, I didn't know where these messages were
Absolutely.
coming from.
I think they were coming from her social media.
Right, like messages.
Would have been my
Yeah.
So, but I wrote some of them down.
Okay,
and
please do.
My
Please tell us.
my favorite was Delilah the Downer. ... What else do I have? She used to be my favorite part of the show. Okay.
I
Not funny.
like the person that said boo. That's all.
Wow.
Oh, that's good.
Just came here to say boo.
That's all.
Yeah. My year =, ruined.
My ear
The-
= ruin.
What is what's I'm gagged?
I'm gagged, like I'm dead, like
Oh, okay.
oh, this is so shocking. She must want to stay in her flop era. That was pretty good.
Oh, that's
Oh,
mean. That's
man.
mean. But yeah, things start getting really serious really fast. Rock thrown through her window, car vandalized, deck the Hallmark going to break.
Wow, all that stuff's happening?
All that stuff's happening.
Should we figure it out after the break?
I think so. I think we have to because it's
That's one of the things.
We'll be right
Rocks
back.
and everything. Deck the Hallmark.
Lifetime Uncorked.
Stamos, good guy.
We're back, everybody. Things are getting serious. Delilah's having a tough time, and she's not feeling safe at her house. What is she to do?
Well, she calls the cops, which is what you're not supposed to do in a Lifetime movie, because the Lifetime cops are never going to care about your problems. They're just going to say, "You're famous. You deserve this type of attention."
That's right.
And she's like, "What?" They're like, "Get a security camera. Like, we don't know what to tell you. Like, get a life. Do the reboot. We're out of here." They're the meanest. They are the meanest cops I've seen in a Lifetime movie in a while.
Wow.
Yeah, they are everybody's very pushy towards her doing this reboot. Even people that shouldn't have any opinion on the matter.
Right. So she's like not feeling safe in her home. She goes to the coffee shop where she grades her papers for school. As Dan, you were a principal, and that's where you go to do work. You go to the coffee shop, and there's this
You don't have the
girl
best
there.
at school for sure.
Right. Yeah, I know. There's a barista there. She's got little like Princess Leia ears. Is that what those are called? Or little Minnie Mouse ears? But it's her hair, and she has bangs, and she's
Princess
got a lot of
Leia
hair going
sideburns.
on. Oh, the Cinnabons. Yeah, the Cinnabons, but if you moved them up.
Here's a picture.
Space buns? Is that what they're
You see
called?
her? There's her.
Got it.
Yep.
Space buns. Yeah, and
This is from
she
Erin. I
is
don't
giving
know.
like young, cool barista. She's
Yeah.
very sweet and nice. She's very nice, right? Right, Bran?
She's very nice. And I was
she's like
I was a bit like unsure because part of me was like she's definitely the one who's the big fan, but also she was very convincing that she was very nice. She was convincingly nice.
Exactly.
So it
I mean,
starts,
there's no
you know.
like, there's no shadiness.
No, and she
she's
does
giving,
the thing, and she does the thing where it's like, everybody wants me to like. I did this show as a kid, and she's like, "Oh, really? Like what show?" Like plays it off like she's didn't know who she was and didn't know about this reboot. She's very surprised by all of it.
And just plays it off.
Just plays it off.
All right.
Yeah, it's really good advice for when you meet famous people. You have to act very nonchalant about it, like I did with Marcus Rosner.
And Andrew Walker. That's still
Actually, Andrew Walker, I actually did a good job, but Marcus Rosner, I said, "Hey, can I be like thirsty the whole weekend over you as like a bit? I mean, I am thirsty over you, but are you cool with me?"
Would come back.
Yeah. We forgot to share that with you, but he's never coming back.
Oh, he's never coming back.
No,
Oh,
that's
damn.
it.
Okay, well,
And
we'll
they don't have,
we'll get the next
he
one.
filed a restraining order, but it was in Canada. And the translation there, I think you're good, Patrick. I think you're good here in the States. Yeah.
Oh, great. But no, she's like very, very cool. She reminds me a lot of Beverly Mitchell You ever seen Beverley Mitchell do acting?
You talking about Seventh Heaven?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the sister who's like playing young, but she's like the oldest person in the cast.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So, yeah, that's kind of the vibe I was getting from her. Delilah Delilah agrees to move in with this barista girl. Her name's Ellen. And they live above the coffee shop, so it's not far to go. And she has a really nice night. Like they have breakfast in the morning and like have girl talk, and like they seem like, you know, roommates having a nice time. Nothing weird. No weird Lifetime music or like a weird stare or a weird like touch. Nothing like that.
Nothing.
No, nothing at all.
No problems.
Clearly. Great.
No problems.
The end. Roll credits.
But
Let's do some Shakespeare.
let's do some Shakespeare. Yeah. But the mother, Delilah's mother, shows up and she's like, "Hey, why are you not doing this reboot? You're so ungrateful. You need to get your life together. And you should be happy that these people care about you at all." And Delilah's like, "This is not cool. You're the one who's stalking me. I'm out of here." She goes.
That's right. She
with
thinks that
Ellen.
it's her mom that did all this
She thinks it's her
stuff.
mom.
Right, because that's, you know, part and parcel with what mom
Yeah, mom
has
was mean to
done.
her
Yeah,
growing up.
mom's mean to me then, mom's mean to me now, mom's mean to me forever.
Right. So she's trying to get out of town to get away from her mother stalking her. And Ellen's like, "My parents have a house. I'm house sitting. It's in the middle of like nowhere, but it'll be a good break from all this drama." And Delilah's like, "This sounds great."
To which,
There's
if
no
I'm
Wi-Fi.
Delilah, I'm just being like, "Oh, well, if you're going to be gone at your parents' house, can I just stay at your apartment?"
You're right.
But she
That would
doesn't
be
do
a
that.
much better solution.
She doesn't do that.
No.
She's like, "Yeah, I'll come with you to your parents' house."
Yeah, where there's no cell service, no Wi-Fi, no nothing. The dryer breaks, and then Ellen's like, "Here, wear this." It's an exact replica of the costume she wore in the show,
Yeah.
which I thought was hilarious.
She's like, "Oh, I you know, this is my parents' place, so I don't really I only have stuff that I had when I was when I was a kid or whatever." And then it is an exact replica. And Delilah's like, "Oh, this does kind of look like something that I would have worn." Huh, that's crazy.
That's so weird. She goes to look for like a sweater because she's cold or something, and this is when she realizes she's in trouble. She finds a closet full of like little notebooks about her character. Her character's name is Chelsea, and then you see Ellen kind of come up behind her, and she's like, "You shouldn't be snooping through people's things."
Oh my gosh.
And then
Chelsea.
and then puts a needle in her neck, and she collapses.
Oh, I love a good needle in the neck, and
tell
she's
you.
like, "You're not going anywhere. You're
Yeah.
not going anywhere."
Have you seen Dexter,
So-
Patrick?
Dexter? Haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
There's a lot of needles to necks in
Lot of needles
Dexter.
to
I think
necks.
you'd really enjoy yourself if that's a thing for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
I will
I'll check it out.
You
really
said
quick.
Dexter like you had seen it, and then immediately
Dexter!
Dexter. Haven't seen it.
No,
Haven't.
I
There's
wouldn't
nothing I
dare.
can do.
Wouldn't dare.
Haven't.
I will say really quickly, Patrick, one thing before the closet incident is she's like, "Oh, I'm going to drive into town. Come with me, and you can check your email or whatever." The car doesn't start.
Oh boy.
And Delilah starts to be like, "This is a little bit weird." And so she goes inside to grab something and then watches, what is it? Ella? Is that the girl's name? Watches
Ellen.
Ellen like
I'm
just
Ellen.
like kind of look at the car. And I think she has like a shovel in her hand. And that's when Delilah's like, "I think something might be going on."
You know?
So
Right.
she does go into her room and the closet, and like she says it's because she's cold. But I think that she really was just like beginning to realize maybe she's up to something. And so she was
Yeah,
doing a bit of Snoop Dogg.
Something's not right. So Delilah wakes up. She's fully in a replica of her set, the living room set.
Yes.
Um,
She's made the basement of her parents' house a replica
Oh my
of the
gosh.
living room
That's
set.
awesome.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. You're right.
Right? She
creepiest
did a
possible
good job.
way.
Ellen did a good job.
Yeah.
It's
And
only,
Ellen
I will
is-
say
Who did
having a
sound deck for
replica
this stalker?
having a replica of your favorite childhood TV show is only weird if you drug the TV star and chain them and put them in that
I think
set.
it's weird
That's when it gets
regardless,
weird.
but I do think it's also very impressive.
You think it's weird to like be that big of a fan and just be like, I'm going to have a place in my room
know
that
a
is
pretty big fan of stuff like that, Ryan Popola.
Uh-huh.
Can you imagine him having a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, like the set deck?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe. Of that room with the big
Did you
head,
say
that
you'd be
guy with
so
the big
cool?
head.
It'd be super cool.
The room Patrick's talking about, if you walked into his basement and it was set up like.
Yeah.
God, no.
It'd be awesome. It's the equivalent of me having a Christmas tree up all year. I'm a big Christmas fan.
It
and
is
it makes
not
me,
the equivalent
No,
of
no, no.
that.
Yeah, I'm a big Christmas fan and like a Christmas
One of
tree.
those is something you put up every year. The other one is something you do if you want to wear someone's skin. You don't like that's not the
Right.
no.
I think it's only weird if she kidnaps the lead, which she
Which
does.
she
too.
does.
So it does get a
She
little.
does, and she from this point on, she only refers to her as Chelsea, the character,
boy.
and she's remember when in the show when you did this, and like she just keeps referencing plot lines to Delilah, and Delilah's like, I don't remember anything about the show, but she realizes the only way out is through. She's got to commit to the bit and be Chelsea, or Ellen is going to kill her, right?
Yeah, it's very serious stuff, and she like begins to go a lot. Like she acknowledges that she is Chelsea. They talk about her boyfriend from the TV show as if it's real. You know, does a little gossip sesh, like
Gossip sesh.
It's very, and so she's trying to go along with it just so that Ellen's guard will go down, and then maybe she can make a move.
Yeah, she tries to escape. She's like chained to something, like she has like chains on her ankles, and then she tries to escape. It doesn't really go well because the house is booby trapped like Home Alone, like marbles.
It is one specific booby trap, which is she gets out of the basement and she runs as fast as she can through the kitchen to the door, and in the kitchen is a rope, like a little fishing line to trip her, and then on the floor is just broken glass.
Okay.
So, like, as far as
No way to get around that.
If you're gonna have one singular Home Alone trap, I guess that's a good one because it works and she gets all bloody. But the thing that I thought was funny, Patrick, and I don't know if you picked up on this, but she gets to the back door, right? She crawls through the glass in the most inconvenient way possible. Gets to the door, and the door is locked from the outside. But the thing about this door is that there's a big old glass window in the middle of the door. So, like, while you're already bloodied from the glass, what's some more, right? Like, just punch through it and unlock the door, right? Did you think about that at all?
Yeah. No, I don't punch. So I wouldn't go
He
there.
doesn't punch.
That was silly. That was silly.
a
of me to
dumb
say.
question.
I apologize.
It was a dumb question.
I'm not trying to suggest that you would. I'm just saying that if you are already bloodied from glass, what's some more glass on your arm is all I'm saying. You know?
Right, I get it. I mean, but for me personally, if I was trapped in a Lifetime movie, I wouldn't really be getting out. I'd have to have someone come save me. That's just how
I
it
thought
would
she
be.
was going to try to run through it. Like, she literally just like kind of gets up against the wall and is like, and I thought she was going to try
Patrick, if you got kidnapped by somebody and you showed up and they had set up your normal, if you ever watch on philo.tv/DTH, your normal setup for Deck the Lifetime Uncorked with your old mic that hangs down and then the posters in the background. If they had a corner of a basement set up like that and they wanted you to sit over there and just talk into the mic all the time, how quickly into that would you be like, all right, whatever, I just gotta freaking do this?
Oh yeah, I would do it. I'd be like, when is my meal breaks? Like, where's the bathroom? Let's just do it.
You'd be in immediately.
Somebody will find me eventually. It'll be fine.
Patrick's just happy that somebody likes his work. He's like, oh,
exactly.
man,
I'm like, oh, you're a fan?
Yeah.
Oh, great. You're a fan. Wonderful.
That's right.
Yeah. There's no misery moment for me. I'm just going to be like, I'll break my legs.
Well,
I'll write your
the thing
play.
you need
Whatever.
to know about Patrick is he doesn't punch.
He doesn't punch.
You don't have anything to worry about. He's not going to
He
punch.
just put that out there.
He doesn't punch.
He doesn't punch.
Yes, no. So Ellen handcuffs Delilah for leaving, and she's like, "You're gonna have to be better behaved, and maybe you'll get these handcuffs off." And Delilah's like, "It didn't go well. I should have just played along," which is what she does from now on. We cut to Cody, the guy who was in those foot fungus commercials and needing a role. He is suddenly very concerned about Delilah. The police aren't concerned. He tries to talk to them, and they're basically like, "Get out of here. you're a has-been actor and a loser, and we're
Wow.
not really concerned.
You believe this guy trying to take care of his fellow citizen and human being?
Well,
Unbelievable,
they
this
get
guy.
in the
Loser.
police's defense here, which I'm not prone to defend, but they do catch him snooping around her house and looking through her windows.
All right, there it is. Yeah,
So
he's drunk. Cody.
a bit now he's doing that because he hasn't heard from her in a long
That's right.
time.
It's a bad way to show it.
Yeah.
Knocks
Yeah.
on the door, no one answers.
There's no answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's when they catch him. So he decides I'm going to do my own investigation, and he knows that his old pal Delilah loves this local coffee shop. So he goes to the coffee shop, and Ellen is baristaing, and he's like, "Hey, do you know this person?" She says no. And there's another worker there that is immediately a bit suspicious about what just happened. And why is that, Patrick?
Well, Ellen was kind of obsessed with him and made like a fake relationship in her head about them. And she's like, oh, my boyfriend. Kind of like me with Marcus Rosner. And then, the guy is like, I overheard the conversation. Hey, I just want to let you know that Ellen's a little off. There's something not right about her. And that person that you were talking about, the actress, she comes in here all the time and they're friends. So you should look into Ellen or follow her or whatever, which is what Cody does. Cody follows Ellen home from work and gets to this house.
He's so bad at following people in a car. Like, he couldn't be worse at it. It's nighttime. He's following way too close, and she lives out in like the country, and her driveway is like a road. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Like where a driveway gets its own road. It's so long, and he pulls in right behind her, headlights on, just very, very bad at following. Yes, 100%.
Right. He's only played a detective on TV. He doesn't know how.
He doesn't know how to do it. He doesn't know how to do it.
Yeah. And he like looks in the basement window. He sees them like eating hamburgers because Ellen brought hamburgers from work or something. And he's like, oh, I think Delilah and Ellen are just hanging out eating hamburgers. They're cool.
Just eating burgers.
But yeah, Ellen goes away somewhere. And then Delilah's like, help me, get me out of here. And before he can do anything, he gets stuck in the neck with a Dexter pin.
Yeah.
Call it.
Which you've not
Dexter.
seen, but fine. Yeah, Dexter pin.
Yeah.
She has a
got
lot
Dexter
of
pin.
whatever the drug is that is immediately knocking people out when given via shot. She has a lot of it.
Yeah.
A lot of
hand.
hand.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Of course you do.
And then
need a
he
prescription
wakes
for
up.
that
He's
stuff.
handcuffed now, and she is referring to him as his character, Brandon or something. I didn't write it
And
down.
she's
but
getting the whole gang together.
Yeah,
Cody.
and then it kind of
I don't know.
Cody
Is it
is
Cody?
Cody is his name, but I think the character name, it doesn't matter. The point is she wants him to act out his character with Chelsea, and then they do like a fanfic thing where they're like, look, we love each other so much, we're gonna get engaged, and she's like, oh my god, I can't believe this is finally happening.
Right.
I've dreamed of this
We
moment.
are so far removed from Let's Do Some Shakespeare. I can't even tell you how we're going to. I'm so excited because I don't know how we get there from here. I don't know how we get there from here aside from acting.
Right. Yeah. I mean, acting's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
So, they're doing like this whole. Speaking of acting, they are acting like the characters now. Cody eventually catches on.
And Cody's confused at first because Delilah is still going full I'm Chelsea bitch, basically. And he finally, partly because she's like, I love you, and I always thought we would end up together. He's just kind of like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll go along with that because that's nice. And she eventually like walks out of the room, and that's when she's like, we got to go along with this and just like give her what she wants.
Get along.
And so like he proposes to her, and they kiss, and he is then taken from full double handcuff situation to single handcuff situation.
Okay.
So
All right.
trust is
starting
you're
to
working
be
your way
earned
there.
there.
That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
Right. So Ellen runs out to like get a notepad to like write all this down for the.
She doesn't want to
producer,
forget it.
so
Yeah,
she
this
can-
is good stuff.
Yeah, So Delilah grabs a bat, and Cody's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "You cheated on me. You're a jerk. I hate you." Starts like a big fight.
Oh, right, right, because Ellen brought down a bat, and she was about to hit Cody, and that's when Delilah went into the whole like I loved you thing. She puts down the bats, And then when she comes back, Delilah grabs the bat and is acting like she's about to hit Cody. Like, you cheated on me, does this whole thing. And when she goes to swing it at Cody, swings full 360, hits Ellen in the head.
Oh,
with
no.
The bat.
Full 360
Full
swing.
360.
Yeah, which is how I would swing a bat. And she, just all the way around like a little tornado.
That's what they called
They-
you. in
they
Little
run
League.
out-
Here comes the little tornado.
Yeah. They run out. They avoid the booby trap this time because Delilah remembered.
Fool me once.
And
yeah.
They're running down the driveway to get more cell service. It's broad daylight, the middle of the day. And Cody's like, "Oh, I'll get good cell service. Like I had when your car got vandalized." Or he somehow brings up the car vandalization.
I don't remember why it happened, but he brings
it
up
was very random.
Yes, he brings up the fact that her tires were slashed, which
Okay.
is something that she did not tell him. So she's like, "How do you know that my tires were slashed?" And he's like, "Oh, the police must have told me."
The police give out that information
But
on the
she's
reg.
a bit suspicious
Uh-oh.
that it maybe
Yeah.
wasn't a crazed fan that was throwing stuff through her window and slashing her tires, but it was him trying to force her
What a
in
twist.
to taking the gig.
I didn't see it coming.
I didn't see it coming either. Man.
No, and also don't forget they're running away from Ellen, who is chasing them at this point with a gun now.
Yeah. I will say really quickly, one thing that we left out was Delilah's talking to Ellen, and somehow it comes up about the rock being thrown through the window and the tires being slashed. And Ellen's like, "I would never do that to you."
Never.
And so,
So now she's gotta prioritize her stalkers.
They plant the seed there that it wasn't like you assume that Ellen did everything.
At that point,
But-
then you
Right.
would know that it's got to be Cody Frizz.
But she's also like, Ellen's kind of like
Crazy.
who knows if she's telling the truth?
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah.
All right. Weird line to draw.
I thought that it was her mom. I thought that if somebody else had done it, it
Yeah.
was mom.
Okay.
that was
So they give you a viable other
yeah,
candidate.
they do.
It did. It seemed like the mom did it, and that was legit. I forgot about the whole vandalizing thing. So when it came back, I was like, "Oh wow, okay, great."
Yeah.
But Cody can't even explain himself. He gets run over by a car. The car suddenly is working again. Ellen hits him with the car, and then the car flips into a ditch. She comes out full throttle with a gun, and this is when we get our gun moment in a Lifetime movie. Usually we don't see them go off, but this one went off.
Oh, yeah,
with
we
some,
did.
some CGI sparks.
It's CGI is being kind.
Brand did show me this
Yes,
3-second clip, and it is an absolute marvel that this made it to a screen anywhere.
Yeah, I'll try to remember to post it to our stories or something.
We
today,
could have made
'cause
that at this studio in under 3 minutes.
It is like a clip art little fire.
It's crazy.
from the gun.
It's an
very
Acme
funny.
gun
Right.
that Wile E. Coyote would use.
Yeah, just do the sound. Like if
do the
you
sound.
do the bang sound, we'll know it's gunshot.
Throw
You
some
don't
CGI smoke out there. or
even
something.
that. You don't have to do the little fire. Like we don't.
Yeah, we don't need to. We don't
don't
need to see it. And Lifetime has moved away from guns, so I think this is just more reason to let's just do knives and fire pokers.
Yes.
Yeah, live some fire poker.
We could get mad at that.
Right. So Ellen is eventually talked down. She's like, "I'm so sorry that I did all this. I'm just your biggest fan or whatever." And Delilah's
that's the name of
hugging
the
her
movie.
"It's okay, it's okay." And the police show up and we fade. Right.
Yeah, I don't really
And
know.
then let's do some Shakespeare.
Well, hold on. I was a little bit confused as to how the police show up, Patrick, because when they're running away, he's like, "Let me call the police," but they don't have cell signal yet, and we never see him being like, "We need the police." I don't really know how they show up, but they do, and so
they show up pretty quickly.
Yeah, good timing.
And Ellen admits that her parents aren't actually on a vacation. She killed them.
Yeah.
She killed them and, did the whole house thing. And yeah.
Wow.
So it's not great for Ellen.
Not great for Ellen.
This is the last we
She
see
would
of her.
never throw a rock through a
Yeah.
window, but she did kill her parents.
Yes. What
Got it.
happens?
She did.
What happens to Ellen? What's her jail time? All that stuff.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Forever? We don't know.
The last we see, she's on the ground, and that's all you need to know about.
We got to
about
get to
her.
Shakespeare.
We got to get to Shakespeare.
Yes. we cut to 5 weeks later. Delilah is at her high school, we assume, and her mother is there. And she's like, "Thanks, Mom, for coming. This means a lot to me. The kids are so happy that you're here, and I'm happy you're here. And let's work on our relationship." And then she walks to the front of the stage, and we get our iconic line. And that is the movie.
We don't.
That's
Is
it.
she there to play?
She's a teacher.
Oh, she's now teaching
she's
high
a-
school
yeah, she's
Shakespeare
a-
at her alma mater.
Yes.
Okay, let's do
guess.
some Shakespeare. Roll credits. That is wild.
Yeah.
But she's there. Her mom shows up to see the kids perform. I don't know what she means when she says who's ready. Who's
Let's
ready?
do some
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
But
Yeah.
she does
What
it.
an ending.
I would assume they're doing monologues.
Maybe.
It's like
Yeah,
monologues.
let's do some Shakespeare. Let's go.
and
that's worthy of applause.
Listen, sometimes your teacher's mom shows up and sits in the crowd while you do your monologue, and that's fine. That's normal. They're working on their relationship,
That's right.
and that's good.
Yeah.
We love that.
It's a good
And she's
thing.
also like really chill about her mom showing up. She's like, "Oh, hey, Mom," and her mom's like, "I want to
Yeah.
work on our relationship." She's like, "Great," but like, I don't think you earned that. I don't think you put in the
No,
work.
she definitely didn't. After the altercation with the car and
Yeah,
like
well,
the
especially-
whole
yeah, like that
childhood
whole-
stage mom.
That whole like argument where her mom's basically like, I did like, her mom had never throughout the movie ever took time to realize that what she did was wrong and the way that she pushed her child. And she says it multiple times, like, I was doing this for your own good. So I don't know what happens in the 5 weeks between the gunshot,
Something.
boom, and mom showing up to see Shakespeare woo. But something must happen because they're very, they're
Some group
she's
therapy. Some group therapy.
She's so chill about it. So there you go.
Yes. So on the show, we either pour it up, which means we would recommend yay, or put a cork in it, we would not recommend. We'll start with Dan, since you did not see the movie. Based on your imagination, what are you going to do to this movie?
Guys, I got to be honest, this sounds like a great time. I don't know what to tell you. This movie sounds like it's ridiculous. It sounds like it makes very little narrative sense in moments. Knowing the gunshot scene does aid me here in knowing that this is probably my kind of crazy, the type of movie that I would enjoy, even though it's very, very bad. I think I'm here for it. I think I'm here for this movie, and I think I wish I'd watched it, which I don't say regularly here on Deck the Lifetime on Cork, but I do say it today, pouring it all the way up. Bran?
Yeah. Oh, Bran, what are you thinking?
Listen, I'm in a very a good mood because I get to watch a Lifetime movie, which I only get to do about once a month, and so I'm already like going into it hopeful, knowing that this is my
This
one.
is the one.
Listen, for as bad as the gunshot was, this movie is good. It is a ton of fun, and I thought the actor playing Delilah was really great. And I thought that the actor playing Ellen, I thought that she did a really good job of doing the thing early on where she acts like she doesn't know that she is Chelsea. Like, for a second, I was like, I'm not totally I think that she's going to be the big fan, but she's doing a really good job. And then she did a good job playing crazy. And so what more can you ask for in this type of movie? And then the twist at the end where it was Cody that did the actual vandalism. Across the board, really good time. One of my favorites that I've seen for this year program.
Wow.
I had a lot of fun.
Is it 3 for 3, Patrick?
Yeah. So, just one note about the actress playing the Beverly Mitchell knockoff, Lauren Cole, had real tears coming out of her eyes. Like you could see them come like dripping from her eyes. So that's some real good acting there. And it is hard to play a crazy character without going like over the top. So I thought that was cool. I like that the movie worked on like so many different levels, like we're commenting on Hollywood, but not in like a cheesy Lifetime way, like on an insider way. Cause I think Hailey Duff has a lot of insider, knowledge and experience. So it was interesting in that way. And then just interesting in like a Lifetime way. And yeah, the actors were all super solid. I loved that. And I had a thought, but I forgot what it was. But that's fine. We'll just say it's a pour it up.
It's a
for
triple
It's a
me,
triple
for
pour it
sure.
up.
Oh, I remembered. So we were gonna the fans of this show were like, you got to do Honey Boo Boo. You got to do Honey
Gotta
Boo
do
Boo.
Honey Boo
And
Boo. Yeah.
I'm glad that we actually switched it up because I think Honey Boo Boo is going to be a flop movie, and this movie was definitely worth a
Honey
gander.
Boo Boo's getting it's a movie about Honey Boo Boo.
Really?
Yeah. But it comes out later this month.
Honey Boo
I'm
Boo
not-
is getting a movie with Honey Boo Boo involved. Honey Boo Boo is involved in the.
How many
the
times can we
production of the
say it,
movie.
guys?
I'm not saying that we're not gonna do Honey Boo Boo, but I'll let you
That we never would.
be
Yeah.
the deciding fact. Like if we do one early next month, does it make sense?
Maybe
That's
we
next
Honey Boo
mo-
Boo.
That's next month. That's April. April showers bring May flowers. Oh wait, no.
So
wait.
today is
Today
actually
is
May.
May 5th.
Today
We're
is
recording
May.
this.
So it's
Oh,
May
we already
now.
did April.
So it would be June.
May flowers
June.
bring June.
I don't know. I don't think
love
we
in
can do Honey
Patrick's
Boo Boo
mind,
from.
next month is April.
Yep.
Next month's
Hey,
April.
I'm all over the place.
We're halfway to Christmas.
I'm not opposed to doing
Yeah.
another and doing Honey Boo Boo though, because there's a
Let's
big.
see what's on the docket for
Let's see.
June. We'll see. We'll see. It's my birthday month. We have to do something.
It's your
That's
birthday
true.
month.
That's true. Maybe
Come
for
on.
maybe for your birthday month, we should have you every week.
We've set a really weird precedent with all of our co-hosts getting to choose stuff on their birthday. It started with Alonzo, who chooses a movie, and now it's Pat. Like, does every co-host now get to choose something
get
for us to do on Deck the Hallmark
Our
on
hands
their
are tied.
birthday?
We're big birthday people.
We're big
don't know.
birthday
I don't know.
people.
Yeah, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, we love birthdays.
Well, this was a lot of fun. LifetimeAccord.com for all of Patrick's thorough journalism on the subject of Lifetime movies.
Yep.
He covers them all, and he's a real journalist. Us,
Yeah, he is.
I'm not so
much.
sure. But Patrick, absolutely, LifetimeAccord.com. We'll be back next time on another one. Until then, may the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Erin Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.